Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today we got a great show for you today, but before we get started, today is May 23rd, 2024. Happy Friday Eve, also known as Thursday. We're going to talk about our inventory, our rates. We're going to look at the market, kind of see where that's going. And the inventory is moving, so I'll touch on that. But before I do speak about that, I will be having actually, I have two videos coming out this week, this weekend. I have one of actually both with Mindy Hackett, local realtor with Berkshire Hathaway. We had an interview. We covered the April market report for Port St. Lucie. So we're going to dive into those numbers and kind of share that and our thoughts behind it and kind of where we think the market may be headed here in the short term. Also, we did another video for first time home buyers and kind of the step by step process. And Mindy does a great job of kind of walking a client through the process of a first time home buyer, things that, first time home buyers may want to consider doing to have a better experience. And then also what she does to make sure she's protecting first time home buyers specifically. So I can't wait to get those out there. We recorded them over the last day or so, but we'll get that. So let's dive in. Let's look at the market, kind of see where we're at here. So first, we're going to jump on inventory. And let me try to look at this right about there. All right. So listings 2360. We're at 2360 as of this morning. We started the month at 2368. So which basically we're down 0.34. So we've lost 8 homes that were on the market. So I'm gonna go back to this bucket here in a minute, but it's a trend that's different than we've seen. Homes listed under 375, we're at 586, and that's down 1.35% month to date. Homes listed above 375, check that out. You couldn't be right on target. 1772, and we started 1772. No movement month to date. Homes with reduced prices. We start at 683. We're at 659. That's a reduction of 3.51%. And again, I think that's where the big movement is. Homes that are the homes that are being reduced are the ones that are moving, are more likely to move. So for the first time in a couple months or in a few months, I'm actually seeing this bucket reduce versus grow. So good trends. Homes that have been listed for rent, we are up 9.48% month to date. And again, that's a trend that has continued. So maybe homes that haven't been selling or sitting on the market too long. Other thoughts are maybe homes that were for Airbnb, and maybe the traffic has maybe slowed down a little bit, or the cash flow on the short term rentals, maybe they're looking at doing long-term rentals on those. So we've seen those numbers increase. So I don't know exactly the reason why, but I have seen, at least in my local neighborhood that I look at, um, I have seen short-term rentals up for rent for long-term rentals, right? Like on realtor.com, things like that. So it's a bucket to continue to see because either that my concern on that is maybe the saturation. We'll see if it gets to a point where then the landlords are looking to cut the rent, which may be a good thing for people out there struggling to find affordable housing. So we'll see where that goes. But let me go back to the first bucket here, the houses that are listed. So one of the trends that I'm seeing here that I haven't seen, honestly, since really started tracking this for a few, the last few to 3 or 4 months, few months, um, it's the reduction in inventory. And I know we're at the, the busy time, the busy season, spring home buying season. But if you check this out, if I go back to May 13th through today, so that's basically 11 days if you count them, only 2 days did we have an actual increase. For the last 5 days, we've had 5 straight days of reduction in inventory, and 9 out of 11. I don't think I could even find three in a row. definitely not 4 over the last few months. So that's a trend that looks consistent at least at this point, and I would not have thought that going into the month because I have not seen it. Like again, um, going back 3 to 4 days, I could not find trend going 3 to 4 days long on inventory coming down. But here we are, 9 out of 11 days, we've had a reduction in inventory. So something to keep our eyes on. All right, mortgage rates. This again, we are on Mortgage News Daily's daily rate survey website, and they track the rates from the last closing of the last business day. So as of yesterday, they had the rates at 7.17%, and they had it actually increased throughout the day of 0.08%. The FHA was at 6.70, which was an increase of 0.06%. Now, as of this morning, I have gotten some rate updates, and it didn't look like it was basically unchanged. But over the last few minutes when I was gonna jump on to record this, I am getting notification of worsening pricing, meaning it looks like rates are starting to increase, or at least the pricing on them. So something to keep our eyes on. But it's been a little bit of a trend. We could barely see it here, but it is starting to scoop back up just a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. All right. Now CNBC's U.S. Market Watch. We can see it's a mixed market. I know Nvidia numbers came out yesterday, and I think they blew the numbers out of the water. So that's great. AI is all everybody's all in on AI. So we'll continue to track that. But the bigger piece there is how does that affect, at least for us, the U.S. Treasury yield? Because really our mortgage rates are affected by that. So at the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield, it's at 4.485, which is an increase of 0.051 or 1.15%. So I could tell you that that's probably the reason why we've gotten those revisions, worsening pricing throughout this morning. So we can see that just changed the dollar. Anyway, so if that continues, that trend continues, we'll definitely see higher pricing throughout the day. But it looks like we're at a stable rate. That 7-ish% rate, mortgage rate is kind of the norm right now, at least in the short term. So we'll see where it goes. All right, that's basically all I wanted to cover this morning. Keep an eye out for those 2 videos that I'm going to be putting out. This is Memorial Day weekend, so I did want to take a minute to, first of all, thank all our servicemen and women that are out there fighting for our liberties every day, especially on Memorial Day, those that are no longer with us because they put their life on the line for us. So we appreciate them. And hopefully we could just take a little bit of time this Memorial Day to remember them while we spend time with our friends and family and barbecues and all that. So, other than that, I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you guys Tuesday. Be safe. And again, thanks to the memorial, to the veterans out there. All right. Have a good one. Thanks.